Hey, this is Tom Challen. I want to talk to you today now about double opt-in leads, double opt-in business opportunity leads to build your home-based business. And does it even work? Well, after being at the lowest point in my life financially, in fact, 2 days before Christmas, we heard a huge crash out in the driveway. We rushed out there with my 4 little girls, and my eldest daughter said, "Daddy, where are they taking our cars?" We had both of our cars repossessed, up to our ears in credit card debt. And I said, that's it. That was my line in the sand. I'm going to get started in a home-based business, except this time we didn't have the luxury of talking to family or friends because we've talked to them about a million other things prior to that. So we had to start with business opportunity leads. And one of the leads that we liked a little bit better than most leads were double opt-in, meaning these are people that are sitting on the internet. They filled out something about making money from home. They hit submit. That becomes a single opt-in. And then they get another email or another page pops up that says, "Are you sure?" or some kind of information that takes them to another step. And that is a double opt-in, where they opt in to get information twice. And again, this makes them a lot more pre-screened, well, let me clarify that. It makes them more pre-screened, more pre-qualified. But does it mean that they're the most qualified people in the world? Heck no. In fact, sometimes I like to call these leads tire kickers. But even though I call them tire kickers, and the reason why I do that is because 60, 70, sometimes 80 or 90% of these people are still not qualified to make money in a home-based business. They're still not qualified. My wife's making faces. Can you believe that? They're still not qualified to join your home-based business. So what makes the difference? The difference is you getting strategic skill sets. You getting strategic skill sets. I'm not stopping. Strategic skill sets to learn how to figure out who's qualified and who's not qualified for your home-based business. And that's the determining factor. That's how we started. Even when we were broke, when we got back started in the home business industry, we didn't have the luxury of generating our own leads to start with or buying expensive advertising or media. We had to start with double opt-in business opportunity leads and other type of advertising like that were very, very inexpensive. But obviously it worked, built a business of over 40,000 people, became the #1 income earner, enrolled 500 people in 1 year, so it absolutely does work. Hey, this is Tom Challen, and I want to talk to you today about business opportunity leads, specifically the kind that are emailed. Now, in today's market, these leads are getting harder and harder to use, but some people still have great success doing it. When I built my business, we used a lot of email-specific business opportunity leads. And what did it do? Well, it helped me enroll 500 people in 1 year that duplicated over 40,000 people. Some people say we were the #1 recruiter in the history of the industry. So what I used to do is get bulk email, lots of emails of people that requested information about making money from home on the internet. And then I would have either my wife or someone else that knew how to email these people and say, "Hey, are you serious about making money from home? If so, either call me," or we sent these leads to another website where they re-opted in or double opted in, okay? Because they initially opted in once to become an email lead, and then we re-email them, go to another website, they double opted in. So that's one way. But now, more than ever, it's harder to get out emails, especially without the spam issues. You got to be very careful because you don't want to spam out old leads of people that requested information from years ago. So you got to be very careful. But I know a lot of people still, even today, that buy bulk email and have the ability to get information or emails out to these people. So email leads are a great way. But remember, a lot of these people are just looky-loos. 80–90% are tire kickers and not serious. So it's really important to learn how to qualify these people or pre-screen them off your list before you waste a lot of your time and money. Hey, this is Tom Challen, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to build your business using business opportunity leads, specifically pre-screened leads. See, my wife and I learned how to use advertising and media and different kind of business opportunity leads being at the lowest point of our life financially. In fact, we had both of our cars repossessed 2 days before Christmas, And that was our line in the sand where we said, that's it. We're going to get back started in a home-based business industry, except this time we're going to do it 100% at home so we can spend more time with our family. We didn't have a huge budget. We didn't start off talking to family and friends. In fact, we've talked to them prior to that for years. So we started off with business opportunity leads, and our favorite leads, one of our favorite leads, were pre-screen leads. Now, first off, what are these kind of leads? Well, these are people on the internet that are in their cubicle late at night, at work, wherever. They fill out a form that says make money from home. They fill it out, they hit submit, the lead is created. Now, a pre-screen leads could mean that it's more screened or pre-screened on that capture page, maybe with a video or an audio or some kind of content that pre-screens them, maybe out seeing if they've got some financial capital set aside. Something that makes them jump through a few more hoops to make sure they're a little bit more qualified. But even though there's some more hoops and they're pre-screened, doesn't make it a qualified lead source as a whole. Meaning, if you get 100 leads in any kind of business opportunity leads, you're looking at maybe 10%, sometimes 20 or 30% max that are qualified for your business. So how do you succeed even calling home business opportunity leads or pre-screen leads? You've got to discern, you've got to have strategic skills to know who's qualified and who you need to get off your list, get off the phone ASAP with. And then ultimately, you want to continually develop your skill sets, develop your income so you can graduate and move beyond business opportunity, or sometimes I like to call them tire kicker leads, and move to a higher quality source. But it's a great way to start to build momentum, get some experience, and to start enrolling people into your home-based business. We did it, enrolled 500 people one year, that duplicated to 40,000 people, became the #1 earner using this. Hey, this is Tom Challen, and I want to talk to you today about real-time business opportunity leads. Now, I learned how to call leads being at the lowest point in my life financially. In fact, 2 days before Christmas, we heard a huge crash out in the driveway. Rushed out there with my 4 little girls and my wife, and my oldest daughter saying, "Daddy, where are they taking our cars?" Had both of our cars repossessed, up to our ears in credit card debt, and I said, that is it. I'm going to get started in a home business again, except this time we didn't have the luxury of calling family and friends. We had to start with business opportunity leads. Now, these are leads of people that are sitting on the internet. They fill out a form, make money from home. They hit submit, they become an opportunity lead. Now, to make these leads real time, it just means that you're getting that lead now. They hit submit, it goes to you. Compared to an aged lead, they hit submit, it could be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. I started with leads that were a year old. And I worked my way up when I can afford it financially to get real-time leads. And does it mean that they're that much more qualified over age leads? They're this much more qualified, maybe that much more. And the reason why, they're the same people, but the difference between real-time and aged is that people are used to picking up the phone faster when you call the lead immediately. Again, it doesn't mean that they're that much more interested, surprisingly, but it does mean that your ratio of getting a hold of people live on the phone is worth it. Now, in general, though, any kind of opportunity seeker leads, most of the time, are tire kickers. But you can find good people, especially when you develop your skill sets and realize it's the best way to practice, and it's the best way. If you're on a limited budget, you don't have a lot of family and friends, or you're not willing to call them right now for whatever reason, it's a great way to start, develop that momentum, and realize there are good people in there. 10% maybe 15 or 20% are qualified. The key is you got to develop that skill set to discern and figure out who's a waste of time, who's going to waste your time and their time and your energy and money, and who's serious and ready to join your home-based business. Hey, this is Tom Challen, and today I want to talk to you about how to build your business using surveyed business opportunity leads. And does it even work? Well, my wife and I, after being at the lowest point of our life financially, in fact, having both of our cars repossessed 2 days before Christmas, my oldest daughter said, "Daddy, where are they taking our cars?" That was my line in the sand. I started back in a home business and enrolled over 500 people the first year that duplicated over 40,000 people in less than a 2-year period of time. And we started off with the lowest or least expensive leads we can get our hands on, aged leads. And then we moved up till we got to surveyed leads. Now these are leads of people who are on the internet, at their work or a cubicle, at home, late night. They fill out a form on the internet that says make money from home. And they hit submit, and that becomes a business opportunity lead. Now when it becomes surveyed is when there's more questions on there, like 4 or 5 questions like, what are you looking for? How much money do you want to make? Do you have some capital set aside to start your business? So they go through some more qualifiers in that form. Or sometimes even surveyed leads could be people that actually call them physically and survey them or interview them to make sure they're more qualified and that they're not just curious, that they're serious about a home-based business. Now, these kind of leads doesn't mean that all of them are qualified by any means. In fact, sometimes you're lucky to get 80 to 90% that, in fact, 80 to 90% are not qualified in most situations, even if they are surveyed leads. But you can make a lot of money, get a lot of experience, and get momentum going with the 10, 20, or 30% in the surveyed business opportunity list that are qualified. And again, that's how I started my business, and then I eventually kept graduating and getting to higher and higher and higher quality lead sources, and that's definitely what I would recommend for you. But it's a great way to get some practice.